Have you ever asked to yourself, why do I always end up in the same kind of relationships? Different faces, different stories, but somehow the relationship ends up the same way. Maybe they're emotional unavailable, maybe they slowly become cold, maybe they love you, but not enough. And at some point you start wondering, is it just bad luck or worse? Is it something wrong with me? But what if the answer was much deeper? Let me introduce myself. My name is Natyash, and in this channel we will be talking about mental health, childhood traumas, and toxic relationship patterns. I hope you enjoy. What if the reason why you keep repeating toxic relationships has nothing to do with love and maybe has everything to do with your childhood? Many people think relationships are simply about chemistry. You meet someone, you fall in love, you try to make it work. But psychology tells us something very different. Most of our relationship patterns are not random, they're learned. They are shaped by the environment we grew up in, by the way conflict was handled, and sometimes by the way love and pain were mixed together. So even if we consciously want healthy relationships, our subconscious may be still following an old emotional script. The human brain has a fascinating mechanism. It doesn't prioritize what's healthy, it prioritizes what's familiar. Predictable means safe to the brain, even if the situation itself is not good for us. For example, if someone grew up in an environment where love was warm, stable, and supportive, the brain learns love feels safe. But if someone grew up in a home where love came with criticism, emotional distance, unpredictable affection, or constant tension, the brain registers something completely different. It learns love feels like anxiety, love feels like uncertainty, love feels like trying to earn somebody's approval. And later in life, when they meet a partner that creates the same emotional dynamic, something strange happens. It feels familiar, it feels intense. And often, people interpret that intensity as chemistry, but sometimes it's not chemistry, it's recognition. This is why many people keep repeating the same emotional pattern again and again, not because they want to suffer, but because their emotional system is trying to recreate something that they already know very well. For example, somebody who grew up feeling emotionally ignored, someone who had to fight for attention as a child, may unconsciously choose partners that make them chase love. Someone who experienced unpredictable affection may confuse emotional instability with passion. And the tragic part is, when they finally meet someone healthy, someone stable, someone emotional available, it actually feels strange, even boring, because their nervous system isn't used to peace, it's used to emotional turbulence. So if you ever found yourself thinking, why do I keep choosing the wrong people? Maybe the real question is not what's wrong with my taste in partners. Maybe the question is, what kind of love did I learn growing up? Because the first emotional experiences shape the blueprint of what we think love should feels like. And many of us are not repeating relationships. We are repeating childhood emotional patterns. But here's the good news. These patterns are not permanent. They're learned, and anything that is learned can be unlearned. The first step is awareness, recognizing the pattern, seeing it clearly, understanding that attraction alone is not a reliable guide. Sometimes what feels familiar, it's actually what keeps hurting us. And real healing begins when we start choosing relationships not based on emotional intensity, but based on emotional health. Breaking emotional patterns is not easy. It takes honesty, and sometimes it takes relearning how healthy love actually looks like. But once you recognize the pattern, you finally have the power to change it. Because the past may explain your patterns, but it does not have to define your future. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. My name is Natyash and I upload videos every Wednesday and every Saturday. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.